Yeah, I'm feeling a lot better now. I always do when I'm with you. You can turn a bad mood around like it's nothing. I don't know what it is about you, but you just, I don't know. You make everything feel lighter. And not like it's just some empty distraction, like just of avoiding the problems, the pains of the day. It's not that. It's just like um, the problems don't seem so daunting when you're around, I guess. Being with you makes me feel better. It doesn't have to be anything specific that you do. It's just you. You make me smile. You make me happy. I like being with you. That's enough. That makes all the difference in the world. Thank you for inviting me over tonight. And I know you said to stop apologizing for being late, but one last time, I'm sorry. Well, maybe it's a little selfish. I don't I don't ever want to lose any time I could be sharing with you. So when work bullshit throws a wrench in that, it gets me in my feelings. That is a whole other can of worms we don't need to be opening right now. I have got way too many feelings to be spending too much time sitting with them. That is that's a one-way ticket to ending up in a spiral. I'm okay. Really. It's just a lot. A lot of things I don't want to have to think about, a lot of feelings I don't want to have to wrestle with, a lot of emotions that butt heads against each other. It's not great, but it's life, and life's too short to waste it sweating every decision and every result. You'll drown in them if you do that. I just want to be here right now. I can't always keep my head above the water, but being with you is like having an air tank. mean, I might be below the surface, but I'm still getting oxygen. You are that oxygen that keeps me going when I'm under. What are you thinking for breakfast tomorrow? Or should I surprise you again? I mean, if that is if you still want me to stay the night again. I mean, if you change your mind, I can. Oh, wait. Okay. Yeah. No, um I want to. I want to stay. Oh yeah, you'd be surprised. Your kitchen's probably better stocked than you give it credit for. And I'm creative. I'm sure I can whip up something good enough to put a smile on your grumpy morning face. Oh, you absolutely have a grumpy morning face. Uh-huh. Yeah, until you get some food in you, you throw out glares that could probably burn a hole through something. Oh, you can deny it all you want, but I'm afraid I've been around when you woke up enough times to know better. It works for you. It's cute. It is, that grumpy little expression twisting up your face, and then as soon as you spot some food, you light up like a beacon. Or maybe like a shark that just smelled blood in the water. Maybe we go with the light metaphor. That one's a little more cheerful. I will get that smile on those pretty lips in the morning. Just you wait. You're looking pretty tired. It's kind of late. Should we call it? I'll just need a blanket for the couch, and then I'll be good for the night. Yeah, we can stay up a little longer if you want. I'll stay up as late as you want. Lord knows we've pulled enough late nights together when we were younger. Playing video games, watching shit TV till all hours. I mean, half the time we wouldn't even realize how late it was until the sun started coming up. But maybe we don't go quite that hard this time. Well, yeah, I mean, we're finally getting your sleep schedule back on track, and the last thing I want to do is, throw it for a loop. Yeah, of course you can lay your head in my lap. You can anytime. I'm all yours. No, it feels good. Do you want me to put on the TV? Or we can just relax? I can I could trace those patterns over your skin like you like when you're trying to relax. Okay. Gentle spirals and curves and lines. It's nothing. I love watching your face when I do this. Your eyes are closed, but I can see it all over your face. The way your brow furrows a little bit, and your lips tighten. You always start out trying to find a pattern in what I'm tracing, at first at least, but the more my fingers glide across your skin, I can watch the tension ease, the concentration slip. That mile-a-minute analytical part of your brain starts to go quiet. You think about the shapes less and less as you ease into the feeling more and more. Down, down, down. There's always this turning point where I can feel that focus finally drift, and you're at peace. It's a really wonderful thing to see, and it really warms my heart when I can see that I'm the one that was able to take you there, to that place of ease and comfort and rest. I know you think it's silly that I like to do this as much as you like having it done to you, but I do. Because of that moment, watching the stress and the tension slip away. It's beautiful. can ask me anything. Well, I I meant it when I said that the reason that I'd pulled away was because a part of me that um, that I felt embarrassed and confused. I was disconnected. I felt like my life wasn't going in any of the directions I'd ever imagined for myself, and I was getting lost in that. It was like I was going through the motions, and it just the motions didn't make sense anymore. I wanted to try to find an answer to that. Find a way to reconcile the feelings that I was struggling with. Feelings of feelings about you, feelings for you. We I know that that night, senior year, you that next morning when you said it was a mistake, it no, I understood why you felt that way. I respected that feeling. I got where you were coming from. I didn't want to lose our friendship either. And you were scared that it might lead to that. I get that. But it didn't feel like a mistake to me. It felt like someone switching on the lights and suddenly realizing that I'd been standing in the dark all that time before. It felt like life was suddenly in color. And I told you that. And maybe I shouldn't have, but I couldn't lie to you about that. And things just seemed to fall apart after that. You were my best friend. That was the most important thing to me. I wanted to be with you like that, but you said you didn't, and that was okay. I had to be okay with that. It didn't need to turn into anything. It was enough to just have you in my life as my friend. I knew that. I knew that would be enough. That's what I wanted most, was you in my life. Anything beyond that would have just been an added perk. But it was awkward. How could it not be? And you pulled away. And I get that. I really do. But in the moment, it hurt. It really hurt. And that's not your fault. You are not responsible for my feelings. You didn't owe me closeness. You didn't owe me anything. But this is gonna sound awful, but it felt like I got a taste of everything I'd ever wanted. The most amazing feeling I'd ever experienced, and then the next morning I didn't just lose the chance at that. I lost my best friend. The reason to not be together was so that we wouldn't lose our friendship, and then it felt like we did anyway. And I was screaming at myself inside, just wanting you, but knowing you didn't want me, and hating that I couldn't just make peace with that. No matter how hard I tried, no matter how hard I fought, there was just so much emotional white noise in my head, drowning out every other thought. But I held on to the friendship with everything I had. tried to stay at least in your periphery. If you needed space, I wouldn't impede on that. But I had to show you that I was still there. Even if it was out on the fringes. And after long enough out there, I finally felt like I had found a kind of balance with my feelings on all of it. But then you started to come back into my life. We started hanging out again. We got closer again. I don't really know what changed for you. I don't know if you'd just needed time, but whatever it was, you came back. And you came back into my life like a bullet train. And overnight, all of those complicated feelings just kicked me in the gut again. The white noise started screaming again, and I thought I'd figured out how to manage it all when you were away, but once you were close again, it's like that all fell out the window. And I was so frustrated with myself for that. I didn't ever want to make you uncomfortable. You'd made your stance on it clear, and I never wanted to disrespect that, but my emotions weren't getting the message. And that is what sent me up into my head. That's what had me feeling adrift and ashamed of myself for not just being better, not being what you actually needed, instead of being what I wanted. I didn't know how to parse through all that yet. So I pulled away. We both took turns pulling away. And I guess that time it was my turn. It feels like ever since that night, we've been dancing around each other. One of us pulls away, the other holds on at the fringes, and then when we come back to center, it pushes the other person back out. I don't want to do that anymore. can't keep doing that. I want us to be back in the middle again. You're the brightest spot in my life. You always have been. Even when you're so far away, I can barely see the glow. Being with you makes me happy. If that's all it's gonna be, I don't need it to be anything more than that, but I need you in my life. I'm tired of the dance. I just miss my friend. And I've sat with these feelings long enough to know how to manage them, I promise. I don't want to go. I don't want either of us to go, not again. Please. What are you doing? Wait. Don't. Please don't. No, it's not that I don't want it. Oh God, it's not that. I want this more than anything. I still do. I have for so long. You have no idea how much control it is taking to keep my lips off yours. But I can't do this. I can't do this unless I know. I have to know for sure. I have to know what you really want out of this. Because if I have you like this, I can't lose you again. I can't lose that. When we called it off back then, it almost broke me. And now, after loving you this long, after knowing you this much, after being this close to you, I can be just your friend. I can be near you and keep all these feelings in check. I would never cross that line, but please don't do this. If you don't want me that way for the long haul, I can't be another mistake, because it'll break me to finally get a taste of what I've wanted for so fucking long and then have it taken away again. I can't. Please. I can't lose you again. And if we try this, and it's just a fluke, and it tears us apart, I don't know how I could come back from that. If you choose me, if you let me have this, it would change things. You know me. You know how I am. If we're together, I will do everything for you. And I'll give you everything I can. I'll give you time and patience if you need to be with your own thoughts. I'll give you quiet, but I won't be able to give you space. I can't give you distance. Not if you open this box. You can't unring that bell. So don't do this unless you can handle all of me. The things I think about you. How much I want you. It's the stuff you're not supposed to say out loud. The stuff you're never supposed to admit to feeling. Don't do this unless I'm what you really want. Because if we start, I'm not ever going to want it to stop. So you've got to choose. Draw the line here, and I won't cross it. I swear. But if you pick this, it'll be all of me. All of it. And we both know a lot of that's not pretty. Please. Don't give me this unless that's what you want. Don't give me that hope.